Alright guys, we're gonna start splicing this up and getting it spliced up to the other leg. And then we have our module here that can get, it only has steps 2 inch or 12 feet. And we have a total of 4 legs. So we need to permanently splice these 2 legs for the left side of the table. We'll do the same thing for the right side. And then one module, because I have 2 of them, one module will be able to control the entire table up and down. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to start with the first one that I'm going to splice. So there's no going back after this. Alright, everything is color coded, thankfully. So that'll allow us to splice everything nice and easy. So it'll be as simple as red with red, blue with blue, and then we should be able to power this thing up pretty soon. If you guys are out here in Vegas, the wind is crazy right now. You guys want to make sure you guys have a nice sharp blade on your utility knife. It's always safer to have a sharp knife. Cut once or cut easier than struggle to cut something. I might just cut this off. Okay. I will get a few shrink wraps before I get started. I will be soldering everything once it's all done, but to begin with, I'm just going to start wiring them together so I can test everything before I finalize everything and conceal it inside the shrink wrap. So for now, just so I don't forget, I'm putting that shrink wrap right there. I think I might just add another one. I don't know how big this is gonna get. I think some of these wires are just useless wires. I don't think there's anything with them, but I'll still wire them. There's obviously my ground and my power. This might be a neutral, and I have 3 small ones that I don't know if they have anything in them at all. But just in case, if there's anything in there, we'll wire them together. Alright, there's something there, so they will be going together. Okay, I don't know if I have wires for this, bro. Okay. I need something smaller than 18. I think these cobalts have a 22 and a 24, so that should help me cut these. Alright, nice. Sorry for that. I have that. We were able to get my miter saw table powered on. But that one, there's something wrong with the module. I think it's too sensitive, and it picks up on either too much weight and it blocks the power system. It'll go up, but it won't go down. So I will be working on that one at a different time when it comes closer to us needing the actual miter saw. I mean, not the miter saw, but the planer, since it's already hooked up for the miter saw right now. This Thursday, we will be going live to remove the mold from my truck. That way we can get started on the actual body kits that we will be releasing. If you guys are interested on those, that's for 99 to 07 Silverados. It'll be a phase conversion, so you guys can have a brand new truck. that will be on Thursday. We will be going live on Thursday for that one. Today we're focusing on the table here in order for us to be able to elevate our work surface here. So this table, total, it might be about 800, 850 pounds, something like that. With the table saw, the welding fixture table, the legs, the casters. There's 2 frames, one holding the actual table so I can level it out, and then there's the one that carries the entire thing. There's the flip up shelves that need no legs. The table saw, the router table still needs to go in. So this thing is pretty heavy. Once we get to lift this, we'll see if it's gonna be, really functional, like cabinet wise. The welding side is nice and sturdy since all the weight is here, but the table saw, if it's too high and the actual fixture legs are too extended, it might have too much of a wobble. That'll be because the inside piston and the outside piston are gonna be extended, which might cause more flexion. But we'll find out. All right, so I got this side done. I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, I can grab it right here. It's hard to grab them. It's hard to work on them. I thought I was gonna be underneath the table. I will be at some point, but for now, I'll start splicing this one. Then I gotta splice them together. Oh wait, I do have to go inside. I gotta cut it a little bit further in, so I can still have a pigtail to reach into my module here. So if I cut it here, that'll be worthless. I'm trying to get this on the other side, which would be on the other side of the actual welding table. This side where the table saw is where I want to put this at. So if I can, I want to keep as much of the cord for that leg over there. I want to keep as much as I can because I only have there's only 2 extensions for this cord. You have your power supply. This is the secondary one because it's two systems, but I'm gonna convert it into one. But you only have 2 extensions that you're able to add to it. Now they don't want to come out. But anyways, so you have the same thing here. One module, a power feed. One will be right here with the other leg over here connected to one, like I'm splicing over there on the back. But the one on the back, I only have one cable to bring it over here. This one's a lot closer. This one goes over there. So that'll give me more than enough room for me to put this here. But I have just enough to get about 75% of the way. So I must keep as much as I can in order for me to plug into this. These 2 will be wired together, bringing this one all the way to the corner, allowing me to power the entire table from this, and I'll have it just tucked in right here. At this height, I'll be able to, just like that. Right now it's just being held by the shock in there, but I'll be able to power the table up and down right here. So instead of having to cut it into the table and put it somewhere in here. So I'm trying to avoid that, but if I can't, I'm gonna be forced to put it somewhere in the middle or just off to the side from the middle. And it'll still be functional, it'll still help, but I didn't want to sacrifice any of this face. Definitely not that big face over there, because right here we have 6 inches. But on this side we have 24 inches worth of a leg if I need a dog hose for fixturing. So I'll go ahead and continue with getting this one spliced up. Let me see. So it's time for me to go in here now. Oh shit. Yeah, I wish I would have wired them up a long time ago. But at the time, for whatever reason, I thought it'd be better to get going with the build and get the table going. And now I'm in here. Yeah, there's no way around this. I was like, what if I poke it through the table and work through the outside and then watch me solder it through the table, and now I'm stuck. So this will come as close to this right here. Hopefully you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see. I'm gonna try to. All right. So I'm inside of here. This needs to be as close as I can to this right here. So I don't want to cut this too far because I need this pigtail to reach over like I showed. So I need this at the worst case scenario right here. I mean, I could probably get a little bit closer. That's going to be a bitch to work with. But I can make that work. Okay. So I will be cutting this off right here. That'll be the best that I can do to get length out of it. It's gonna be difficult. Oh yeah, this is definitely fun. Okay. That should be enough. So as I mentioned, this I won't need this. That one can stay there. That's a shrink wrap. I'll add these in here. So hopefully it'll stay in there. The one that needs it, the important one, is this side. This side needs it because it'll cover both of those. Those two will come into one, and it'll seal better if I have a shrink wrap on this one. So before I get any further, let me go ahead and get a shrink wrap before I forget. Fuck, I'm stuck in here. Whew. I'll just bring this other box down. Alright, back in here. I guess there's a little bit of room in here. Not comfortable though. But we'll make it work. Alright. Making sure I get a big shrink wrap for the connector side. I'm cutting that side open right now. With the channel, man. Let me get some music going in there too. And there's not. Sorry guys. Alright, I'm back. I'm over here cutting the pigtail side. In order for me to get, I got my shrink wrap in there. I got this side spliced already, ready to connect with this one. This one I still need to just clear the cover on it. And then same thing with this one. Alrighty, got this side. I'm about to splice. I'm about to strip it. That is the correct term for that. These are 24 gauge wires, so they're small and they're a pain in the ass, but we'll try to make them work. Let me see. I'm off camera over here. I just can't see because it's dark if I'm over here overextended, but I'll try to show you guys as much as I can. This is not part of the manual in any way. There's no schematics, but luckily they are color coded, so as long as they wire them up correctly at the factory, everything should work. Hopefully I don't have to go around digging around for ground powers, neutrals. I don't know if I'll continue if that's the case. These right here are 14 gauge. I have no idea which one's ground, which one's power. This brown one is probably the uh, maybe negative or power, one of the two. This blue one is probably the neutral that allows it to power up and power down. So I got this side. I do have my big shrink wrap here. I'm probably gonna add a few. I'm probably gonna open this one further down quite a bit so I can get very small shrink wraps on the small ones so I can seal all of them individually apart from the shrink wrap that I'm gonna add. Uh, these wires are gonna be between the cabinets in here and a catch can that I will be putting underneath the table. So every spark and grinding metal is gonna be falling in between the table into a catch can, and these will be somewhat exposed to it. So I do want them to be very protected. Where's my sticky knife? Okay. Okay. So I'm extending this so I can get the shrink wraps in there. And before I go too deep, too far, I will be adding a few additional shrink wraps to cover all of them once everything's done. I'm gonna add a few of these. Oh, they don't fit. Alright, fuck that one. Let's see. I'm a little bit off camera over here. Get all this situated correctly. Alright, like I said, this is overkill, but I got a big jumbo. Then I got two medium shrink wraps, and then each one of these will get us a mini individual one. So now I'll be able to split it, and then each one of these wires will be individually sealed from all the sparks, and I'll be using this small one. Shit. Yes, I'm gonna be going through my shrink wraps for sure this time. Shit, maybe I could just move this over and y'all can see me. Stupid wire. So each one is getting a shrink wrap before I get started with everything here. Come on, man. Try not to drop them. It's gonna get difficult. But I don't want to have any of these wires. They're gonna be inaccessible, and trying to repair them afterwards is gonna be a bitch. So might as well do overkill now while we're in here. Alrighty. So I have shrink wrap on everything. Oh, I still gotta do this one over here, so I'll go ahead and put that down without disturbing it too much. Shit. Shit. Woo. Damn, I can't even see what I'm doing, bro. All right. The small ones are 24 gauge, so here goes. This is just the left side, so we'll have to repeat all this for the right side once we finish up here. Right now, I won't be soldering them. I'll just be tying them together, covering them with tape, checking this side and the other side. And once we do all that, we'll be able to shrink wrap everything. Oh, damn, dude, this is fucking banging my head on bolts and nuts and shit. All right, I'll start with the reds here. Ah, man, I appreciate the likes, man. Come on, man. All right. Okay, I got the red one. I'll do the orange one. All right, man, this is gonna be difficult. Let me tie them together. So I'm gonna tie the leads together just so that it makes it easier for me to get these damn wires to sit and cooperate. Okay, I'm gonna continue with, and I should have moved this one closer out. All right, I'm gonna get the browns together because they're big and they're in the way. Alrighty. Sheesh. Alright, I got browns. I got blues. I'll do the two black wires since they're already here. I'm doing the oranges right now. Okay, let me see. I gotta cut that one back. All right. Alrighty, so there you go. They're all twisted to the right. Um, Shrink wrap right here without dropping all my damn shrink wraps here. Alright, and then like I said, I have two mediums down the line and then a jumbo. So this will be nice and secure. Jesus. Wait. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. This, guys, is a little complicated. Oh, can't be showing too much here, because obviously I'm underneath the damn table. Okay. Oh. Oh. As I mentioned, I'm just gonna go ahead and cover them up with tape right now. I'll have to test everything, and then I can come back. Plus, when I rip this tape off, it probably will tear up the joint that I made with them. Ah. Bro. Alright. There's 2 exposed. That's fine. Let's see if we can get this thing to power up, and then we'll continue. Alright, we about to see this shit together. You'll see both legs right there. I got the system here. I'm gonna power it up. Okay. E23. Might not be powering up because I only have one side connected. Let me see if it'll work if I have the other side. I mean, it's gonna be an open prong, but yeah, okay. So at this point, I don't know what it is doing. I would have to get the program to see if I can calibrate it. But all the wiring should be good. So I can hear them. I can hear them activating on the way down, which is the same thing that it was doing in the miter show. But I think it might just be sensing the overload. There's got to be a weight sensor in there, and it turns off. So I'll wire the other 2 up, and hopefully I can get this to power up. Right now it's not doing anything. So let me continue with the other side. I will splice that up and get everything as one. I have 2 modules as well. Alright. Okay, they turned off for sure. I heard them power down. Two and 6. I'll let that be for now, just the way it is. I'll leave this one powered up. I'll leave this one connected for now, so that I can connect to it once I'm ready. I will grab my stuff here and I'll move on over to the other side. Alright, on to the next one. I think I can grab one of these and at least work on part of it out here on the top, so I don't have to be crouched underneath the whole time. Going over here in the back side here. You don't want to dig too far with one cut and splice the wires where you don't want to splice them. But you want to make sure you get that out of the way before I forget. Just like I did over there, I'll add a jumbo. I don't think I need a jumbo though, but a jumbo, a medium, now I'll splice all these. Oh. The hell, why are these different? This, for some reason, this wire out here is different than the one on the other side. Nope. Oh, I'm using the wrong one. I think I shorted a wire on the 14 gauge on that stripper, and I wasn't cutting right. Alright. Alright, I'll tuck that one underneath. I'll get on over here to the next one. Oh shit. Damn. Alright, this one's gonna be more complicated. I thought this was gonna be the easy side, but damn. This one's very tight of junction. I only have this much pigtail to get everything done. Damn. This one's definitely gonna be more difficult. Alright, I'm gonna have to do it without it. Since this is so short, joining those two is not a problem, but getting this one to feed and seal the other two is gonna be the difficult part. I'm gonna have to cut it as short as I can and do the best that I can do to tie them up together, solder them, and then seal them up. Fuck them 22. Fuck them 22s. Boom, 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 boom. No, I don't even have room for that. Fucking 22. Alright, let's have some fun with this.
no. Fuck, how am I gonna make these? Maybe like this, okay. Okay, so I'll take these off of that. Not to be too difficult. So instead of them joining, these two joining and then this coming straight out, I'm gonna have to make like a reverse pigtail just so I can reach them. So then I'll add my shrink wraps to this one. All right. Okay. Where is the pigtail? So small, I can't even see it, bro. My red is like 2 strands. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it with that guy. What's up with this guy? I have 2 more strands. This one. I gotta get a little bit more leverage since it's so short. So whatever I can make it out of. Alright, first one I got going over here. The blue one. I twist this one up. And then I'm gonna twist this one in the opposite direction. To have it wrap. Boom, 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 boom. I'm looking at what I'm doing through one of the 5/8 holes I have drilled on the table. That's the best I can see what I'm doing. Now the little ones, I'm gonna start with the red, which is gonna be my most difficult one, because the front leg over here only has like 2 strands worth of metal or hairs, whatever you want to consider them. This side is strong. Sheesh, this is not gonna make it. Alright, I got that one to work. There ain't no going back. Gotta make these motherfuckers meet. Yellow, straight yellow, not orange. So that's yellow. Bring the other one over. These small wires, super difficult, at least for me. Come on, man. Okay. We got an orange. It's gonna be fun to solder all this. So I twist these two together, and then I wind this one over it in the opposite so they can interlock. Hold on, guys, I gotta go check outside. Alright, that weather right now has got some crazy ass wind. The entire neighborhood has mixed matched trash cans all over the road, so I want to see all the neighbors looking for the trash cans later on. Alright. Okay. All right. Where's the other cable? I appreciate you guys being on here with me. If you guys have any question on what I'm doing, let me know. We're about to test to see if this will work. Bro, why is it not wiring up? I can hear it wanting to go down. Oh. It's trying to. I think it's overpowered. So they're supposed to handle 300 pounds. But I think they might be right at their limit. So if they're at their limit, they might power off. I hear them powering up and down, man. Come on, man. Fucking things suck. I'll probably have to figure out how to, I'm gonna try the other controller. I'll have to find out what the wiring schematic is, and maybe just do a little toggle on and off, up and down toggle, and get rid of the fancy stuff. What's supposed to be cool about it is you should be able to program it. So if you have a height that you like for cabinets, you'll raise it, set the memory at that height, and you'll be able to go back and forth with these, but you don't want to. Where are these shocks for this? Okay.
Those have a shaft in the bottom. It's gonna be fun. Oh, they are 150 pounds. That one goes right there. Okay. You asshole. Alright. Close enough. Close enough. Whoa. It is not. No. Okay. Okay. Each one of those shocks that I was fighting in there with is 150 pounds of upward pressure. So let's see if maybe it's the if it needs an assist or something. Still giving me an AST reading.
This is fucking annoying. Input 24 volts. Class 3, not be open bottom of class. Well, this is fucking pointless. This motherfucker does not want to go up. It's gotta be the weight sensor. I'd like to be able to bypass it. What is this one? This one is that one. It's the same crap with my other table. So that's like 5 different tables and they all do the same thing. Okay, it went down. Come on. D27, I'm about to find out what the programming is for these guys. And then get back in here with you guys. Because this will not power on.